TV Chattogram Center. I am Nuzhat Sharmin welcoming you all. You just heard the headlines, now we'll move on to news in details. National budget for fiscal 2021-2022 to be placed in Parliament tomorrow, aiming to expedite efforts to save the lives and livelihoods of people. This will be the 50th national budget of the country, coinciding with the golden jubilee of the country's independence, while the 13th in a row for the Awami League government. Chaired by Speaker Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry, the 13th session of the 11th Parliament started this afternoon. This budget will be the third straight budget for the incumbent Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal. The Speaker began by nominating the Presidium. The members of the Presidium in this session are Shohiduzzaman Sarkar, A.B. Tajul Islam, Mazharul Haq Pradhan, Anisul Islam Mahmood and Rumana Ali. They will chair the session in the absence of Speaker and Deputy Speaker. The Speaker then placed a condolence motion for the MPs, former MPs and distinguished citizens who died since the last session. They include MPs Abdul Motin Khosru and Mohammad Aslamul Haq, former MP and actor Sara Begum Kobori, language movement veteran Mohammad Abul Hussain, Bangla Academy Director General Habibullah Shiraji, Bangla Academy President Shamsuzzaman Khan, Robindra Sangit singer Mita Haq, folk music artist Indra Mohan Rajbongshi, actor Mesbauddin Ahmed Wasim, and the victims of coronavirus in Bangladesh and abroad. A.K.M. Rahmatullah, Kamrul Islam, Mujibul Haq, Hasanul Haq Inu, Harunur Rashid, Moshiur Rahman Ranga, Railways Minister Nurul Islam Shujon, Law Minister Anisul Haq and Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan took part in the condolence motion. MPs will attend the session based on a list this year as well, where the attendance will be limited to between 100 and 120 people each working day. Every member will have to carry coronavirus negative certificate to attend the session. The session has been postponed till 3 p.m. tomorrow. Describing attacks on Palestine by the forces of Israel as inhuman, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina questioned why the international organizations have remained silent on this issue. She said this while taking part in the discussion on the obituary reference in the Parliament on the deaths of two sitting lawmakers, Abdul Motin Khosru of Kumilla 5 and Aslamul Haq of Dhaka 14 constituencies, 11 ex-lawmakers and some noted personalities. The Premier said the incidents which have taken place in Palestine are truly inhuman. Tears of the little children, their helplessness and moving around after losing their parents can't be tolerated anymore.
সত্যি অমানবিক সেই ছোট শিশুদের কান্না এবং তাদের সেই অসহায়তা তা মাতৃপিতৃ হারা হয়ে ঘুরে বেড়ানো এটা সহ্য করা যায় না। যারা অনেক সময় মানবতার এত কথা বলে কিন্তু এ সময় অনেকেই চুপ থাকে কেন, আন্তর্জাতিক বহু সংস্থা এখন আর কথা বলে না কেন, সেটাই আমার প্রশ্ন। আমরা প্যালেস্টাইনি ভাইদের সাথে সবসময় আছি, আমাদের ছদ্মবেত সব রকম সহযোগিতা আমরা অতীতেও করেছি, এখনো আমরা করে যাচ্ছি এবং এটা আমরা অবশ্যই করে যাব। এবং ইসরায়েলের এই ঘৃণ্য যে আক্রমণ তার আমরা তীব্র নিন্দা জানাই। মাননীয় স্পিকার, করোনার দ্বিতীয় ঢেউটা যখন এলো আমরা আবার চেষ্টা করলাম সেটাকে কোনোভাবে নিয়ন্ত্রণে আনতে। সবাইকে বলবো যে আমাদের স্বাস্থ্যবিধিটা যেন সকলে মেনে চলেন, এটা বাংলাদেশের সব মানুষের কাছে আমার একটা আহ্বান থাকবে। আমরা টিকাদান থেকে শুরু করে সব রকম ব্যবস্থা আমরা নিচ্ছি, কিন্তু তারপরেও নিজেরা সুরক্ষিত থাকতে হবে, এটাই চাই।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said Bangladesh expects that the United Kingdom will promote the interests and priorities of climate-vulnerable countries to the international platforms. The Premier passed this remark while COP26 President-designate Alok Sharma called on her at Ganabhavan in Dhaka today. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim briefed media after the meeting. The Prime Minister said, as the current chair of Climate Vulnerable Forum (CVF), Bangladesh expects UK to promote the interests and priorities of climate-vulnerable countries at the international platforms. Sheikh Hasina said Bangladesh and some other countries will be affected highly due to the adverse impact of global climate change, although Bangladesh's carbon emission is very much nominal. During the meeting, Alok Sharma hoped that as the CVF chair, Bangladesh, under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, would play an important role on climate change. About COVID-19 and vaccination, Sheikh Hasina said the government has adopted various measures to keep economy of the country running, apart from containing coronavirus, although Bangladesh is a densely populated country. The COP26 President-designate invited Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to join COP26 to be held in Glasgow in November. Ambassador-at-Large Mohammad Ziauddin, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Dr. Ahmed Kaikos were present. Bangladesh and the United Kingdom will work together to face the adverse effect of climate change. This was decided at a roundtable conference on climate between Bangladesh and the UK at the Foreign Service Academy today. The meeting was attended by COP26 President Alok Sharma, Bangladesh Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shahriar Alam, State Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Nasrul Hamid, and high officials. UN later, a joint press briefing was told that Dhaka and Britain will work together in adaptation and sustainability toward facing the climate change crisis. Earlier, COP26 President Alok Sharma made a courtesy call on Foreign Minister Dr. Abdul Momen. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen has urged the UN to make use of the Myanmar military government in the repatriation of Rohingya refugees sheltered in Bangladesh. He made the call at a press briefing after holding a meeting with the two UN Assistant High Commissioners on Refugees UNHCR, Ralph Mazau and Gillian Triggs at the State Guest House, Podda, today. He said United Nations must play effective role in pressurizing Myanmar on taking the Rohingya refugees back. UNHCR Assistant High Commissioner Gillian Triggs said the Rohingya refugee camp in Bangladesh is one of the largest refugee camps in the world. He expressed hope that United Nations will work closely with Bangladesh on Bhashanchar issue. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said people have no interest in whether BNP remains in politics or not. At the moment, BNP lacks severe confidence of people, he added. Obaidul Qadir said this while briefing journalists at his official residence today. The Awami League General Secretary said Sheikh Hasina's politics of development had pushed BNP's politics of conspiracy and anti-development agenda into a crisis. That is why BNP is now a political party which has been detached from people, he added.
BNP আছে চলছে এবং তারা সোচ্চার আমরাও চাই বিএনপি থাকুক অপরাজনীতি ত্যাগ করে দায়িত্বশীল বিরোধী দলের ভূমিকা পালন করুক সরকারের গঠনমূলক সমালোচনা করুক কিন্তু তারা আছে ভিন্ন জায়গায় তাই তো জনগণ মনে করে বিএনপি আছে বলে ষড়যন্ত্র আছে বিএনপি আছে তাই আন্দোলনের নামে আগুন সন্ত্রাস আছে তাদের থাকা না থাকার মাঝে এখন জনগণের কোনো আগ্রহ নেই তারা জনআস্থার তীব্র সংকটে ভুগছে শেখ হাসিনার উন্নয়ন এবং ভবিষ্যৎমুখী রাজনীতি বিএনপির ষড়যন্ত্র উন্নয়ন বিমুখ রাজনীতিতে সংকটের কালো ছায়া ফেলেছে তাই বিএনপি এখন হতশ্রী জনবিচ্ছিন্ন এক রাজনৈতিক দল তারা জলাতঙ্ক রোগের মতো জনগণ আতঙ্কে ভুগছে নির্বাচন আতঙ্কে সরকার নাকি দেশের অর্থনীতিকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে ধ্বংস করে দিয়েছে বিএনপির এমন কথায় মানুষ হাসে দেশের অর্থনীতি দেশরত্ন শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে উন্নয়নশীল অর্থনীতির মর্যাদায় অভিষিক্ত
Information and Broadcasting Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood said Bangladesh is marching forward under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina even during the corona pandemic. He said this as he represented Bangladesh online from his office at the Secretariat, the ministerial level inauguration of the two-day Leaders Web Summit organized by Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, AIBD. Appreciating profusely the role of media during the corona pandemic, the Information and Broadcasting Minister said the mainstream media and the journalists are playing courageous special roles in reaching right information on coronavirus to the people and circulating health awareness guidelines, resisting rumors.
Only 20 countries had positive GDP growth rate during last year, 2020, and among this country, Bangladesh is one. And in the list, Bangladesh position is third. And we had positive GDP growth rate in 2020, 5.6 during coronavirus scenario. And in Bangladesh, you know that population, as I said, population density is so huge and people are dependent on daily income. At the beginning, many people said at home and in abroad that people will starve. But in Bangladesh, this has not happened. Per capita income in Bangladesh in the last year has been increased by about $200. In this difficult situation, our government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, was able to control COVID situation, at the same time was able to put forward our economy, and economic development is in progress in Bangladesh. In doing so, the role of media, especially to control, to award the people the best practice against COVID-19, the role of media was very prominent.
Later, the Information and Broadcasting Minister attended a function organized marking the transfer of Information Secretary Khaja Mia and farewell on retirement of Additional Secretary Jahanara Parveen. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Dr. Murad Hassan and heads of departments under the ministry were present. "34 COVID-19 patients died and 1,988 new cases were traced today in the country. Directorate General of Health Services DGHS in its routine daily statement said the death toll has risen to 12,694 from coronavirus and the tally of infections has risen to 8,04,293. The recovery count rose to 7,44,065 after another 1,914 patients recovered during the past one day. The statement said 9.81% of 20,259 samples tested were positive today. DGHS statistics showed the people infected from the beginning, 92.51% recovered, while 1.58% died. The statement said of the 34 deaths, 3 is between 21 to 30 years, 5 in their 50s, 8 in their 60s, while 18 are above 60 years. 21 out of the 34 people died today were male, while 13 were female. DGHS informed that today 11 people died in Dhaka Division, 5 died in Chattogram Division, 5 died in Rajshahi Division, 5 died in Khulna Division, 2 died in Borishal Division, 3 died in Sylhet Division, and 3 died in Rangpur Division. Chairman of the Cabinet Committee on Law and Order and Liberation War Affairs, Minister A.K.M. Muzammil Haq said, "From now, Home Ministry will issue the National Identity Card (NID). He said this at the Secretariat today following a meeting of the committee. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan, Industries Minister Nurul Majid Mahmood Humayun and senior officials of the Home Ministry were present at the meeting. Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi and State Minister for Public Administration Farhad Hussain took part at the meeting virtually. The Liberation War Affairs Minister said Cabinet Division have already issued necessary directives for transferring the National Identity Card Division along with its manpower under the Home Ministry. He said another notice has been issued prohibiting anyone to visit Bhashanchor without permission.
রোহিঙ্গাদের বাসাঞ্চলে স্থানান্তরিত করা হয়েছে। আমাদের কোনো নাগরিকই বিনা অনুমতিতে সেখানে যেতে পারবেন না। যাতায়াতের যে সমস্ত বাহন আছে সেগুলো বন্ধ থাকবে। যারা যাবেন, যে সাংবাদিক বন্ধুরা যেতে চান বা অন্য কেউ যদি যেতে চান সরকারের অনুমোদন নিয়ে যাবেন। আর একটি ব্যাপারে এনআইডি, এটা আগে নির্বাচন কমিশন করতে, ইতিমধ্যে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী নির্দেশনা দিয়েছে যে স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয় করবে। এবং স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয়কে আমরা কিছু নির্দেশনা দিয়েছি আজকে, যে সেখানে ওনাদের ক্যাপাসিটি দৈনিক 500 করে করতে পারবে, যে না এটার কোনো সীমা থাকবে না, দ্রুততম সময়ের মধ্যে সেটা চালু হবে। এবং চালু হওয়ার পর আমরা বলেছি যে 2 মাসের মধ্যে যত পেন্ডিং আছে এগুলো শেষ করতে হবে। এবং এখন থেকে নতুনভাবে যে এখানে আসার পর যারা আবেদন করবে, আবেদন 30 দিনের মধ্যে, 30 কার্য দিবসের মধ্যে তাদের শেষ করতে হবে।
Now, international news. India has reported 1,32,788 new infections in 24 hours and 3,207 more people succumbed to the pandemic. The Indian Medical Association said at least 594 doctors have died in the second wave of COVID-19 in the country so far. State-wise data shows that Delhi, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh together account for nearly 40% of the doctors who died in the second wave. Meanwhile, the UK has announced no deaths from COVID-19 for the first time since July last year. Official figures showed all 4 nations of the country recorded no new deaths on Tuesday within 28 days of a positive COVID-19 test and 3,165 new cases of the virus. Meanwhile, COVID-19 global death toll reaches about 35,80,000 and over 17,21,37,000 people have been infected globally. Liberation War Affairs Minister A.K.M. Muzammal Haq has said the government has taken final decision to cancel Gallantry Award, Medal and Certificate of 4 fugitive killers of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He said this to journalists before a meeting on law and order at Bangladesh Secretariat today. The minister said out of 5 fugitive killers of Bangabandhu, 4 including death-convicted Musliuddin had received Gallantry Award as freedom fighter. Though fugitive Shariful Haq Dalim, Noor Chaudhry, Rashid Chaudhry and Musliuddin Khan were sentenced to death penalty, government has not cancelled their status so far. A gazette notification will be issued in this regard very soon, said the minister.
নীতিগত সিদ্ধান্ত হয়ে গেছে, এখন আমরা গেজেট আকারে প্রকাশ করব, প্রকাশ করলে আপনারা পাবেন। এটা 2-4-5 দিন সিদ্ধান্ত চূড়ান্ত।
Coming up, weather report. Weather forecast valid for 24 hours commencing 6 p.m. today said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty or squally wind is likely to occur at many places over Chattogram and Sylhet and 1 or 2 places over Mymensingh. Dhaka, Borishal, Rajshahi, Rangpur and Khulna divisions with moderately heavy to heavy falls at places over the country. Night and day temperature may rise slightly over the country. Now news on sports. Ghazi Group cricketers beat Sheikh Jamal Dhanmondi Club by 7 wickets in the Bangabandhu Dhaka Premier Division T20 Cricket League today. At Mirpur Shere Bangla National Cricket Stadium, Sheikh Jamal Dhanmondi Club batted first and scored 151 runs for 7 in their stipulated 20 overs. In reply, Ghazi Group cricketers reached their victory target and scored 156 runs for 3 in 18 overs 5 balls. In the first match of the day, Prime Dholeshwar Sporting Club defeated Khelaghar Samaj Kalyan Samiti by 19 runs. Prime Dholeshwar Sporting Club batted first and scored 149 runs for 6 in their stipulated 20 overs. In reply, Khelaghar Samaj Kalyan Samiti managed to score 130 runs for all in their stipulated 20 overs. In the third match of the day, Prime Bank Cricket Club beat Shinepukur Cricket Club by 3 wickets. Shinepukur Cricket Club batted first and scored 119 runs for all in their stipulated 20 overs. In reply, Prime Bank Cricket Club reached their victory target of 120 for 7 in 19 overs 3 balls. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. National budget for fiscal 2021-22 to be placed in Jatiyo সংসদ tomorrow. Health, social security and mega projects will get priority. Government takes all measures including vaccination to control corona, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Parliament, asking everyone to follow health guidelines. Government takes decision to cancel freedom fighter title, state medal and certificates of 4 self-confessed killers of Bangabandhu, Major Dalim, Noor Chaudhry, Rashid Chaudhry and Muslim Uddin. People have no interest in whether BNP is in politics or not. It now suffers from crisis of public trust, comments Obaidul Qadir. Under Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's leadership, Bangladesh moving forward even during corona situation, says Dr. Hassan Mahmood at AIBD Leaders Web Summit. Corona infection on the rise but number of deaths declining. Strict ban to be enforced in Rajshahi from tomorrow. And new infection and number of deaths increased in India in last 24 hours. UK sees its first deathless day from COVID-19 since corona infection began. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.